Just kidding, I'm not serving any tea. Hey guys, my name is Lauren Howe, and today I want to share with you a how to perfect a question and answer session. So this video is for anybody who is either competing in a pageant and is worried about the question and answer section, whether it's on stage or with the judges, but honestly, these skills that I learned with this world have helped me in so many situations, whether it was applying for a particular job or whether it be a media interview, especially if it's anything that was live. Today, I want to share with you some tips and tricks on how to kind of really nail that perfect answer. So for context, I used to be Miss Canada, I competed on Miss Universe, and obviously there is the famous question and answer section. Hello there, welcome to Miss Universe. You have to answer a controversial question within the span of 30 seconds and hope that no one hates you for what you have to say.
And world peace.
All right, also addressing the pageant question and answer for a second, guys. Test how a woman reacts under pressure. You're not expected to solve the world's problems in 30 seconds. You're expected to conduct yourself confidently and eloquently and intelligently. First, prepare and predict what you could be asked. This is a huge, huge element to any interview that you might get. To think ahead of time as to what someone might ask you will help you prepare on what answer you might give. But don't prepare too much. That is where I've seen girls go wrong. That's where things like this happen.
Our education over here in the US should help the US or should help South Africa.
Guys, the girls who answer those things, they're not dumb. There is a ton of pressure. However, now a lot of times you've seen somebody struggle in an answer because they've actually taken the time to prepare, predict, and memorize. Do not memorize. If there's one thing that I want to share is never, ever, 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 do you get the point? Ever memorize your answer. What you can do is at least prepare your jot notes on what you will address without memorizing it word per word. Maybe one specific line that you know is like, okay, that is a really well phrased short sentence that I may want to include. But prepare a ton of that, because the more you practice and the more you write and the more you read, the more likely you are to naturally come up with those statements on your own when put under pressure. 2, when you prepare for both sides of the argument. One of the biggest mistakes that you can do is to prepare for a one-sided argument. If you don't understand the other person's opinion, how are you supposed to debate it? And this goes for anything in life, guys. Like, if you are strongly opinionated about something, please research the other side of that debate, because otherwise it's just a misinformed answer. You don't have to agree with the other side, but at least you can know it. 3, listen. Linda, honey, listen. If you don't listen to the question, how are you gonna answer the question? When you are listening, make sure you listen on whether or not there are 2 portions to the question itself. You start hearing words and you're like, what am I gonna say? What am I gonna say? What am I gonna say? You're gonna stop listening to the rest of the answer and you can miss that there's actually a second part to it. So make sure you're not only answering just the first part. That's all I have to say about that. Now here's the format that is an awesome go-to for any answer, especially controversial ones on stage. So repeat the question. What is the greatest issue facing young women today? I believe that the greatest issue facing young women today is insert answer here. It's funny because this is actually like a really key trick, because something as subtle as that, it does 2 things. 1, it gives you a little bit more time subconsciously to start to put your thoughts together versus jumping right into your answer like word vomit. And 2, it also addresses what you are trying to answer. So let's say you skipped step 3 and you weren't really listening. Based on this understanding, my answer is this. You have now explained what it is that you're answering. So format, repeat the question as part of your answer, then go into your opinion, why it is your opinion, but then address the other side. Hey, I can respect people who believe in this for that reason. However, my personal opinion is this. It's very critical that you still have a stance and you don't give some fluffy world peace answer. Guys, don't live up to the stereotype, please. It's okay to have an opinion. That's the whole point of free speech. You are entitled to your own opinion, as is the person next to you. If you guys disagree, you can have a healthy debate about it. The exact same way that the internet and people who comment on videos does. Not Last part of the format is make sure you leave some type of a takeaway. So you finish on a strong sentence. If I'm explaining a paragraph and then I'm gonna continue to say, well, I believe in this, but I can respect other people who could see this opinion from this perspective, and that is why we should eat cereal. See, the tone, like the tone indicates that you completed your thought versus a trailing rambling. And this is what I think. So yeah, if you really want to take it to the next level, you include an action item in that sentence. You have the opportunity to share a message with people that you don't even know how that might impact them. Whether you win or lose, if you have the ability to send a message, capitalize on that. So it's not about giving the perfect answer, it's about inspiring people on the other side, whether it's the audience, and then the judges will hear that, the judges will see that, and then your score will reflect accordingly. Last but not least, 2 key things as a part of this. 1, speak with confidence, and this will come from a lot of practice. Have friends fire questions at you. Like, you have to practice. If you are not confident in your answer, fake it. Convince yourself of it. Be sure to speak with conviction in no matter what you say, because there's nothing worse than listening to someone give an answer that you can tell they're even doubting themselves. Most importantly, speak from the heart. If you're not speaking from the heart, it will come off as disingenuous. There are some people who are really good at faking that, but there are also other people who are really good at seeing through that. That actually matches perfectly. I'm not used to red nails. All right, guys, so those are my tips on how to nail a question and answer portion in any situation in your life. If you have any other tips, tricks, would love to hear it. Good luck.